I'm back home. And I am wow, Melissa. What's her name was I didn't see her when I came in, you know. I saw a girl out there that was kind of thick like her. But now that I'm thinking that could have been her daughter. I don't know, you know, these masses, you don't see people. So I hope she don't think that I consider myself too good to, you know, to say anything to her. But when I did actually see her, it was when they was going down the aisle. When the preacher took it down. And I noticed the girl stopped. I saw the thicker girl there too. I mean, people, let me tell you something. Let me just say this right quick. People see you and don't want to speak to you. I see people, when my child died, when I came in the funeral, I spoke to people that, you know, that I saw. I couldn't really get to everybody, but you know what I'm saying? In that moment in time, you know, you're not really thinking about speaking to people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but sometimes people is conscious of what they do. So, I don't know. I'm not going to too much I'm not going to too much put it towards purposely doing things today because of what was really going on. But what can I say? I gotta say the truth. And I can say it to y'all because I have to worry about nobody else. But you know how you grow up with people and people always show that little thing towards you, didn't really like you. All the people that I grew up with always had problems with me. And here's the thing. I ain't did nothing to them. Let me say that. And maybe this story applies to everybody that treats me the way they treat me. I'm gonna do a story time. My cousin, the story time gonna be my cousin that used to fight me all the time finally told me the reason why she would fight me. That's the story time. I'm gonna have to come back. That's entitled. Or should I say why my cousin didn't like me. And maybe this covers everybody else who don't like me. So now, let's tell a story. I had a cousin She was my first cousin because she was the daughter to my grandmother's son. My grandmother's son was my uncle, right? Right, and he was my uncle because he was the brother to my father, and both of them had the same mothers. So that made him my uncle. My grandmother only had 2 sons and 1 daughter. So the daughter was my aunt. So my uncle had so many kids. You know that song that say Papa was Rolling Stone, wherever he laid his head was time? Well, that's what they used to call him. Papa was Rolling Stone. He had kids. I'm just hypothetically speaking, but this is how the family took it. He had kids everywhere. So, this girl and her sister was his favorite kids. And he had boys. I think he had like 5 sons. So this daughter, her name was Gwen. Me and Gwen raised up together, right? We was the closest of the cousins because being that Uncle James and my father was close, very close brothers. I mean, they was close brothers. You know how people brothers, but you would never know they brothers because they don't affiliate with each other. But they was close. They hung out together. They drank together, everything. So, this cousin, that's how we was. We hung out together. We were so close that we went to the bathroom together. When she had to go to the bathroom, she would always want me to come in the bathroom. We'd be sitting in the bathroom. We'd be talking. We'd be laughing. You know, we was close. I ain't gonna lie, we was close, right? So, I'm gonna tell y'all some things. I'm gonna let y'all know some things. So, this cousin was a lesbian. I didn't know she was a lesbian. I didn't know too much about lesbians, right? Because that type of environment, my grandmother didn't let me be affiliated with. And to this day, I don't think she knew that Gwen was a lesbian. But when Gwen got older, it came out. It was her, another cousin of mine, which was the daughter to my dad's sister. I told you my grandmother had 2 boys and 1 girl. So that 1 girl had a daughter too. And that daughter was a lesbian as well. I don't know what she is now. Why am I saying she's a lesbian? I think it came out. I think her sister told me. I think her sister told me that she was one of them. You know, we grew up with the word gay, so girls was gay, guys was gay. And I don't mean gay like happy gay. So, this girl, this cousin, Gwen, she had a tendency of wanting, every time we got together, she always wanted to play house. So today, I just gotta throw this in here. Today, I don't allow none of my kids to play no house. When they start talking about, okay, let's play house, I'm the father, I say, ain't no house going up in here. When they start excuse me, when they go, we gonna play hide and go seek. Ain't no hide and go seek going up in here, because hide and go seek in my time was the times the guys would be feeling up on me. House was the time my cousin Gwen, she was the man, and she put me. I think she put me. Yeah, she will always have me the man, and she'd be the woman, and I would be like, why I gotta always be the man? She said, no, I want you to be the man. You blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so now, move right along. We used to be in the bathroom, talking and laughing. And next thing you know, that girl was just, and she always had long nails. She would come at me just like that. And I'll be like, and then she would start fighting me. But she will always scratch. I'm surprised I ain't got no marks going across my face. And those was deep, deep. Because she had long, thick nails. And she would go on my face like this and pull the skin down. And I'd be like, Gwen, why you did that? And then she would grab me and hug me and kiss me up. And I'd get off of her and they're crying. I'm crying, wiping my face. I don't know why you keep doing it. You always doing that. She did that as long as I can remember. She'll get separated from me. I don't want to see her for months. She'll be with her mother. Her mother come back around my uncle. And my uncle will come and get me and take me to her. And we there having fun up in the room. She lived in the, what projects was those? Sutter Avenue? I forgot the name of the projects. But it's where the 14 bus run. It's not Picking. Is this Sutter? Not Belmont. But y'all know them projects over there. Anybody that's from, is it Dumont? Dumont? No. Dad, I can't remember that street. But growing up, that used to be my second home. Because my uncle would always come and get me. And I would go hang out with, he said, Gwen asking for you. And I'll go hang out with her. And then she started fighting me. Man, she was born 1966. She was 3 years older than me. That's a nice picture of her. They say reflection to me. They pick the people to say stuff. I don't know what happened with that poem. Reading of obituary, then they have a solo eulogy. I don't know who was preaching. I didn't see. I guess Johnny was preaching. I guess he was the preacher. But anyway, sorry about that. So now, one day, I think I was with my grandmother. I was with my grandmother. I wasn't married yet. And my grandmother had said to me, she said, I don't know what's going on with Gwen, but The Lord, I don't think she was saying it to me. I think she was saying it to Gaga. She was on the phone with Gaga. She said, I don't know what's going on with Gwen, but the Lord is really working with Gwen. She done called me up and told me that she woke up. Each morning that she wake up on her knees calling Jesus. And so my grandmother was telling my aunt, which is her sister, was telling her what I told her. I guess she asked her, she said, okay, what you told her? He said, well, I told her, I guess the time that she told my aunt this was probably the second time. Because she said, I told her that if it happens again, to come to the church. I mean, I'm sure, I know there was more that my grandmother said to her. I know that my grandmother was probably witness to her and all of that, right? So, I'm sure that went down. So now when it happened again, she said, well, I told her to come to church. And come get on this altar. So, she came to church this Sunday. I'll never forget this Sunday. I had to be in my late teenage years. So that means I couldn't have been too late because I got married when I was 19. I got married when I was 20. I got pregnant when I was 19. So, this had to be when I was about 16, 17. Couldn't even be 17. I had to be younger. Because 17, I left home and I joined Job Corps. I wanted to join the military. I couldn't get in the military because I didn't have my GED. I didn't have my high school diploma. So I wasn't in Job Corps yet. So I had to be like 15. I'll say between 15 and 16 years of age. We was having communion, right? And let me see, what was the song? I don't know whether it was Oh the Blood of Jesus. Hold up, isn't there supposed to be two in here? I just opened this. Hey Google, turn on white light. I just opened this. I could have sworn I did. I just tore this open. But there's only one pill in here. So I'm not sure whether I want to trying to see if it dropped. Maybe it dropped out or something. Let me go get another one. I think I got another one in here. Yeah, these are two. Maybe I opened it already. Maybe I had opened it already. No, I just tore it. I just tore it here. It was closed up. I looked. This one got two in it. Make sure it's the same thing. Yeah, this one got two. Maybe they forgot to put two in here. My kids be bugging me out. Trying to make it seem like I'm crazy at times. They Let me make sure it didn't fall out. Maybe it was opening it. No, I took one. Nope. I don't know. I know I took one last night. But these are the ones I bought today, right? I bought these today, and I think, no, I remember I bought them yesterday. But I could have sworn I opened one yesterday. Could have sworn I opened up one yesterday. Because I did take one last night. I could have sworn I opened. All right, so. Y'all see me. This is the same thing I did to that one. I opened it that way. I don't know. I'm thinking that if they only put one in there, I don't know what they was thinking. But okay, let's go on. So, what was I saying? What was I up to? Anyway, so she came to church and she was sitting in the back of the church. I think I saw her. I wasn't so sure whether I saw her or not. Meaning that I was like kind of engrossed in the service, but I don't know. But she was there. She came and she was sitting in the back of the church, right? And I can't remember the song. I don't know whether it was "Oh, the blood of Jesus." No, I don't think it was that one. It was something about "Gather Around" or something. It was every time I hear the song, I remember. I remember it. So we was just singing. I'm trying to think what was we doing. I think we was all gathering around the table. And when we was getting ready to gather around the table. I'm not sure. I don't even think we took communion. We was gathering around the table and the song was going. And next thing you know, we heard a yell. Everybody head went to the back. And we just heard somebody hit the floor. We ran, Mother Giles ran back there. I ran back there. Elder Jones, his wife. I think Elder Robinson. We ran back there. And the girl was already rolling up to the front. She was rolling. And we had to go and move the benches, the pews, and push it up to the side. And she just a rolling. And then she came up to the front where we was. I mean, not to where we was, because we was following her. But she came up to, now she's in the front of the church. And she's sitting up like this. And she had on these big, no, actually, it was in the back. She was rolling back and forth. So Mother Giles and whomever else stood there so she wouldn't hit her head, right? So She rolling. So she sat up like this in the back. And she had on these big loop earrings, about that big. Real loop. And she snatched them bad boys out her ear and she threw them. She did. She snatched off the other one and threw it. I don't know what else she had on, but let's say, I'm going to say, they say a necklace, but I don't think she had a necklace. But whatever other she had on, she took it through. Now she came to her rings. She was trying to get her rings off. But the rings wouldn't come off. So maybe that was an indication that it was all right to wear rings. Now that I'm thinking about it. She couldn't get that ring off. I think she had a bracelet on. A big bangle bracelet. And she grabbed that bracelet and she threw that. Once she did all that, now mind you, she's calling Jesus. She's calling Jesus. Once she did that, she went back on the floor again. And she rolling. Now she's in the aisle. Because we done pushed the chairs up on the side. Right? And she's rolling. That's a thriller. Wow. So she rolling. Now she's in the front. And she's calling Jesus. I mean, the sad part about it is that she did not get the Holy Ghost. This was a Sunday. I believe she came back Monday and she tarried. And the Lord was still working with her. The Lord was working with her. I think she tarried for like maybe about 3 days. I'll say 3 days to a week she tarried. Because Bishop Mingo didn't play. Whenever the Lord started working with somebody and she knew it was the Lord and the person wanted to tarry, even if they didn't want to tarry, she had them on the altar. She was like, all right, we're going to be back out. Let God finish the work. We'll be out here at 7 o'clock, whatever time. And people didn't hesitate. People actually came to the altar when Bishop Mingo would, however she would say it. They didn't get offended. They didn't act like they had stuff, even though some that came to our church was acting like they had it all, but she let them go on, and when time was right and they showed themselves up, she had to let them know that you saved, you converted, but you don't have the Holy Ghost. So my cousin tarried for a while, quite often. But she didn't finish the job because my grandmother told my uncle, which was her son, the Lord is going to get Carrie. That was her name. We called her Aunt Carrie. Say the Lord is going to get Carrie for taking that girl out of that church. Because she was asking what was going on, so her son told her that Mama, Carrie took her out. Carrie taking her down south. Why is she taking her down south when she's on the altar? Mama, I don't know. She don't want on the altar, I guess, Mama. She was saying, well, God gonna get her. I don't know how God got her, but I know all of them was there. The mother, my cousin, all of them. My uncle. But back to her. And why she hated me. A few weeks, I'll give or take a month, before my cousin Gwen died, the one that the Lord was working with. She got in contact with me and was talking to me. This is when I found out that she was like a true lesbian. She got in contact with her dad, of course. They stay in contact. So she wanted to come to where I was. Now I'm married. Wait a minute. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think me and Tracy was together. We had done, wow. So this is 19. I don't even know where them, I gotta really look for that because I need to find Gaga's obituary. That would be nice to get the obituary and make copies and put them inside the program for the service, so they'll know who funded the church. I think about, Lord, you gotta help me find them because I really thought that I I really think they got thrown away. But I'll look. Okay, so after, what was I saying? Okay, so she came to the house. I'll never forget this. I was living on Bainbridge, 558 Bainbridge Street, the first floor. And she came in. I was so surprised to see her. I was like, hi, Gwen. And she was hugging me, all of that. So I was dealing with a guy at the time. We wasn't really seeing each other. Yeah, me and Tracy wasn't together. But I was talking to a guy. Me and Tracy wasn't together. I mean, not together. I mean, we weren't together. I don't mean he was living with me. No, we wasn't together. We was actually separated. So I was on the phone talking to the guy, and she kept like pulling my hair and all this, and I'm like looking at her like, we ain't gonna go for this no more now. If you go for my face this time, I'm gonna knock you out. You know? So she started arguing with me and all that stuff, but I was ready for her, and I was like, you know what? So the person I'm talking to, I had told him about her prior to her coming, you know, because she had came before. So I told him, and he kept talking to me in my ear. Sharon, don't fall for it. Don't go into it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Like, don't say nothing. I'm like, yo. I said, he said, yeah, I know you. He said, leave it alone. Don't say nothing. So I left it. So she kept bugging and bugging, and finally he said, you know what? Go entertain her when y'all done, cause she seemed like she like wants your attention, affection, and then he was saying to me, she act like she like you. She act like she a woman or you a woman. And now I'm looking at her like, see, now I got a better understanding about lesbians and all this stuff. And my mind is like having flashbacks of how she was when we was growing up. And now it's all coming together. I said, you mean to tell me this girl was a lesbian all this time? So, okay. Making a long story short, she left. And I think she didn't come. Like, she was coming to my house like straight for a week. And I think this was a Sunday. She came to the house because I didn't go to church. But she came early this day with her sister. She had a sister. And so when her sister came in, I was like, I think I was still in the bed or something like that. And she was like, yeah, she wanted to come. She wanted to come and see you, Sharon. I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, I was trying to get her to go over here, go over there. But she said, nope. She said, I want to go with my favorite cousin. I want to go with Sharon. So I said, okay. So I was feeling kind of like special because nobody don't want to be hanging with you. I mean, people want to hang with me, but they never say that they want to hang with me to where I get to hear it, you know? So I was like, okay, so we there. and we in the room. The kids had bunk beds. So I'm on top of the bunk. I don't even think I had my kids with me. My kids could have been in the system. So we was on the bunk beds, right? We was on the bunk beds. I was on the kids' bunk beds, so they had to be there. Because I ain't get into no big beef or anything with ACS until... No, not ACS. We didn't really get so much separated until we actually started going through the system. So I'm on the top of the bunk bed, and she over there because you got my room. I don't know who was on my room. I don't know, but I was in their room on their bed and stuff like that. So then she started talking to me. She said, I want to talk to you. I think I was on the phone again. And she said, Sharon, I want to talk to you. I come to talk to you. I'm leaving tomorrow. And I want to, yeah, that's right. This was a Sunday, and she wanted to come to me. She wanted to spend the last days in New York with me. Not so much with, oh, yeah, that's what it was. They were saying that, her sister was saying, I asked her if she wanted to go and spend it with her father, and she was like, no, I want to spend it with my favorite cousin. So we in there, and I was on the phone, whatever, and I was telling her, I said, give me a moment, I'm coming. So I'm talking to the guy. She kept coming in. And she was respecting me, because after she did that the first time and I put her in a place, she wouldn't do it no more. So she would respect. She said, all right. She said, I'm going to give you your time and stuff like that, right? So finally I got off the phone. The guy told me again, said, go talk to her. I said, because she sounded like she got something really important to tell you. Right? So I went on. We sat down. She came up on the top of the bunk bed, and she began to talk to me. And she was like, you is so pretty. That's how quiet it was. I said, oh, girl, stop. I'm saying to my head, I'm so pretty, and why you always fight me? So she said, you don't think so, do you? I said, nah. I said, I'm not into looks anyway. I said, but as far as myself is concerned. She said, you, and she was rubbing my face. She said, you is a very pretty girl. She said, you're beautiful like that. So I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable because the way she was saying it, she was saying there was some type of affection to it. And I was like, hold up, that type of affection and that type of wording and feelings behind the word is supposed to be said to me from a guy. So now, yep, she told me. She said, because that's what she said. She said, you know I'm a lesbian, right? I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, that's why I always wanted you to be the man. Because I'm the girl. She said, and I have a girlfriend. I don't know what she said, a wife. But I'm going to say girlfriend. She said, I got a girlfriend down south. And that's why I'm up here, because me and her got mad with one another. And I was telling her that she said, I don't know. She just, when my cousin was talking to me, she just didn't seem right. Like her spirit wasn't at peace. And she was saying, she said, I don't know, Sharon. She said, I just had to come to New York. I had to come and talk to you. She said, because I really use you as my best cousin. She said, out of all the cousins we got, she said, you my best cousin. You understand me. We always have fun. She said, and I feel like I need to come and tell you this. She said, and I wanted to let you know. She said, did you ever know why I fought you a whole lot? Why I would fight you? I said, no. I said, I always wanted to know. Why? She's saying, you notice I will always scratch your face up, right? I said, yeah. Like, oh my God, every time I turn around, you was going for my face. Like, and I'm over there trying to clean up the sores and all this stuff. I said, and the thing was, it was so crazy. You would scratch me up, and then you would turn around and you want to hug me up and kiss me all up, and you want to play house. No. Excuse me. She said, yeah, I feel bad afterwards. She said, but I would do it because I was jealous. I looked at her like this. I said, jealous? I said, jealous of what? She said, I was jealous because Grandma loved you more. I said, really? And I always felt like my grandmother loved it. My cousin, Renee, not her, but my cousin more, Renee. But, you know, as I grew up and learned some things, I understood why she had the type of relationship with Renee, because of the situation that went down with Renee's mother. So she said, I always felt like Grandma, she said, Grandma loved you more than us. I said, what? She said, yeah, she loved you more than us. She said, nobody couldn't mess with Sharon. She said, if anybody messed with Sharon, woo, child, she was telling me stuff that I didn't really know. I didn't really pay attention because I was always into myself. So, I was like, what she said? Yeah, she said, Grandma love you. She said, and I always wish that your daddy was my daddy. She said, cause my daddy's strict and hard. I said, for real? I said, I know that like kind of funny. I said, I said, what you talking about? I said, between me and you, I always wish that your daddy was my daddy. She said, for real? She said, wow. She said, we really got something going on here, right? And secretive. She said, all right, I keep your secret, you keep mine. I said, yeah. She said, because I always wish that your daddy was my daddy. And now you wishing that my daddy was yours. I said, yeah, because I always felt like Uncle James was more understanding than my father. My father was real strict. I guess I got it too. So, after she said that, then she said, yeah, she said, I would be very jealous of you. She said, that's why I will always scratch your face up. She said, I always wanted to be like you. She said, you ain't notice I always be under you, want to go where you going. You see, I got all this other family here that want to hang out with me, but I want to be underneath you. She said, I always wanted to be like you. I love everything about you. She said, you is just so beautiful. She said, you got a nice personality. I mean, she was talking to me like she was coming on to me. She said, you got a nice personality. She said, you gonna make a good, she said, I know you a good wife. She said, because I heard you married. She said, but y'all not together. I said, no. She said, it had to be something he did. I started laughing. I said, why you say that? He said, because she said, Mommy raised you well. Raised you well, you know? Mommy had a part. She said, Grandma. No, she didn't say Mommy. She said, Grandma. She said, Grandma raised you well. Anybody that get to have you for a wife, they got a good wife. So, if you not with your husband, he said, that had to got something to do with him. Because it ain't got nothing to do with you. Because you weren't her to fly. I said, for real? She said, nah. She said, you ain't got no bad bone in you anywhere. She said, you is a split image of Grandma. Grandma's a nice old lady. From as long as I've known Grandma, Grandma is nice. Grandma cooked you some chicken. We was laughing. She said, we had some good times with Grandma. She said, and you is just like grandma. You got her demeanor. You got her personality. Now, nobody ever told me that, and nobody ever told me that after that. Nobody never said nothing about that. You know, that was the first time I heard it, and that was the last time I heard it. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm just listening to this girl. She said, but that's why I will fight you, because I would try to mess up your face. And after I would scratch you up, then I would feel bad. So then I would come back and try to help you clean it up. And you would be mad with me. She said, but then look what happened. You be mad. I said, come on, let's play house. You want to play? You play house with me. I said, come on, let's watch TV. You want to watch TV? You don't hold your anger. No. She said, I'm a Capricorn. She said, when people do stuff to me, she said, I hold it. She said, but you don't. She said, me and you, Capricorns and Pisces, is good together. She said, I really like you. She said, I know you don't go that way because you the churchy type. She said, but I really like you. She was like, I'm like, well, I was like, Gwen, now you know we can't do nothing. You know that ain't working. You know that against the Bible. She said, yeah, I know. And she did her little talk with me. And after she finished talking, her sister came and picked her up that evening around about 6 o'clock. No, it wasn't even 6 o'clock. I think she had called and said, and she's like, no, I'm not ready to leave yet. Come back later. She must have called her like 3 times because they was leaving to go back down south. And her sister was driving her back because I think the sister lived out there with the mother. Excuse me, all them was out there together. So she just kept prolonging and kept prolonging. She didn't want to leave. And I kept telling her, I said, well, if you don't leave, don't leave. She said, I got to leave because my sister got to work. She was off this week. So I told her I wanted to spend it up here with you. I wanted to find you. And she hugged me. We hugged. Gave her a little kiss on the cheek, cousinly. And that was the last time I saw her. She died. I heard that when she went back to South Carolina, she broke up with the girl, kicked the girl out the house. And I think a month or so later, give or take, she met a guy and then they got married. And maybe a month after she got married, she died. I think she died from she had sickle cell anemia. So I think she died from that. I think that eventually took her out. That's sickle cell. So, not to, stay on to dampen your spirits and stuff, but not to dampen your spirits, no buts. So we won't dwell too long on that. But the reason why I told that story is because maybe that's the reason why people don't like me. I don't want to say because I'm pretty. Maybe they felt like Bishop Mingo and Mother Wilson catered to me, loved me better than them. I know it was a big thing with the elder in the church. And I guess that was it. I know it was an issue with my cousin, which is Elder Robinson's daughter, Lavette. I know it was an issue with her because she told me off one day and that came out. And I was just so shocked when she told me off. I tell you, salvation makes a difference. Because when you sit down and think of how people treated you and how you responded at that time, and where you at today, where you are today, and you think about it and say, man, I would have said this and I would have said that. Why did I let them? But see, that was a moment in my life in time. A moment in time of my life that I had to do that. I had to deal with those people and not say nothing. And not say nothing. So I didn't too much know what was going on with Cheryl. I don't know why Cheryl felt the way she felt towards me. I know what the deal was with Elder Robinson. I always felt like she treated me the way she did because she was mad with my grandmother and Bishop Mingo. So the only people that she could take her anger out on was me and my children. I don't know what the deal is with Pastor Glover. She was in the family. I don't know. I think I think that maybe Bishop Mingo and Mother Wilson told her something in reference to me, and she was supposed to live up to it or do it or make sure I did it or keep me on the right place. And okay, let's say my grandmother and Bishop Mingo told her, okay, to keep an eye on Sharon, keep her in the church, keep her under you, because she's going to be a great access to you. She's going to be a great help to you. And maybe at the time it was told to her. Now, I'm not saying this is what was said. I'm using that as an example. Maybe at the time it was told to her. That was the intentions. But me and my little stinking little attitudes and how I was acting made her draw away from me to the point where she didn't care whether I left the church or not. Just get on out of here because I know that she going to be a pastor. She going to follow behind me. She going to come behind me. She going to lead like me. And I'm not going to let that happen because I don't want her over me with that little attitude she got. So, but I come back in the church. I get saved. I become very obedient to her. And she is seeing the prophecy that came from Bishop Mingo and Mother Wilson. I ain't saying this is what they say. I'm using an example. And so, I don't know, to keep it from happening, she stays angry. She keeps me at that distance. Don't allow me to get close. Don't want to teach me nothing. Don't want to train me nothing. Give me the opportunity to do things, but don't let me do it because they don't want this to take place. So I'm not going to say that she feels the way she feel like my cousin feel in reference to me being pretty, and that's why she scratched my face up. But it's a spiritual thing. With my cousin, it was a natural thing. It was a family thing. But with them, spiritual thing. So now it goes through all the churches. You see what I'm saying? How it's going to be in St. Paul's church, and St. Paul's don't know me, nor my bishop, nor my grandmother. But I go to St. Paul's, and everybody in St. Paul's treat me the same way. How true, like, how Bishop, why I can't, well, I was going to say I can't talk about Bishop McGinnis Church because it's only some of the people in there. It's only, if it's a handful. Because the people in McGinnis Church is straightforward. You know, they don't treat me, some of them don't treat me bad, you know. I never have to feel kind of funny with them. You know what I'm saying? So we won't say too much about McGinnis. But True Light, I don't know that church, but the people start acting crazy. Some of them didn't even speak to me. I didn't too much know the overseer that passed away, but I remember the Baldwin Broadway. I remember the Broadway lady. And I always did like her. It was just something about her demeanor that drew me to her. And I really think she felt it too. Because every time I would come into that church, she would, I don't know, she would come past me and she would pat me on my shoulder and rub my shoulder. I don't know, maybe she knew Bishop Mingo. Because I believe Bishop Mingo affiliated with that church. St. James. Let me speak about St. James. Now, St. James do know me because St. James and, let me see, Bishop White knew Bishop Mingo from young guy. I don't want to say teenager, but I think his wife, Mother White, did say to me that she knew them when they was teenagers. So they knew each other. So they knew me, because I remember Mother White came over to me one time and was telling me about Danielle. She said, Danielle remind me so much of you. She just like you. Because I was talking to her and I was looking for Danielle, and Danielle had disappeared. And I was like, where's this girl at? And she said, she's just like you. Mother Wilson used to be the same way. Where is Shammin at? You be all over the place. And that let me know that she knew me when I was little. So now, so much happened with St. James that I couldn't understand why, because I knew them for so long. So I was like, why they treat me like this? Then he got these young people in there. The young people didn't want to say nothing to me. I was like, what is happening here? How can 10 churches not like one person and they don't even know the person? I couldn't get that. So I'm still experiencing it. I went to Pastor Freeman's service. Cheryl in the choir singing. I mean, like, I love to sing too. I like to sing too. Because I live in the Bronx, I can't sing. Because I live in the Bronx, I can't participate in fellowship with you guys. I didn't want too much to be a part of her service per se. But but I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's hard for me to explain it because me explaining gonna make it seem like I got some feelings, or how can I say, make it seem like I'm trying to, like, put myself up there. I guess, okay, I'm gonna say it like this. Let me use this example. We went to the funeral today, right? Okay? Me and Johnny raised up together. But there was always some friction there between me and him, or should I say him with me, right? And his children and my children. Always was something that went down. And no matter how much I tried to Give him his respect. He wasn't even a pastor yet. Give him his respect. He always would like look down on me. And they just, people is like that. You gonna be close to my grandmother, but you gonna kick me to the curb? How you gonna do that? So I understood what Daniel was saying. You gonna overlook me, but you gonna show all this love to my daughter? What kind of foolishness is that? How you gonna love my daughter and don't love me? How you gonna give my daughter a registration, don't give me nothing? How you think about my child and don't think about me and we won? They used to do the same thing to me. So I told her, I said, what I would do, my kids wouldn't be a part of nothing. Because they was good for that. They'll put the kids this and they'll have them this and. No. What they would do, they wouldn't put my kids in there. They would get me. They'll be like, all right, Sister Jordan, you do this, you do that. And I'll be like, well, what about my kids? And sometimes I'll forget and I will be a part. Just like when Cheryl sent me the recitation, I wasn't even thinking so much about Danielle because I just automatically thought that they was going to call her to sing. So how you have an Easter program and leave out a child? So I got what she said, what she felt. I understood what she felt. I stayed downstairs to keep from being humiliated because I know they wasn't going to call me. But just in case, I found myself going over a song, like I'm going to sing this song. But then I said to myself, they ain't going to even call me. I ain't going to be humiliated like that. I don't show up. I don't be there. I keep my face out of it. And then it proves to me that they wasn't going to put me in it because nobody don't come to me and say, oh, I was looking for you. Minister Anderson don't never come to me after the youth service and say, where you was, sis? Taylor was going to call you to sing. Oh, and normally Taylor come to me and say, Sister Joy, you going to sing a song? Nothing. So this lets me know that it's personal. But what's the name took the cake? Sunday took the cake. I know it took the cake. And just like I told Danielle, bring your tail to church Sunday and watch how the people act. Sunday is the fourth Sunday. Right? Sunday is fourth Sunday. Isn't it? Yeah, because Sunday was the third Sunday, which was the Easter program. And this last Sunday was the Easter program, which was third Sunday. And this Sunday is going to be the fourth Sunday. And I'm going to be sitting up there. Danielle going to be sitting up there. And we're going to see whether they're going to call her. And I told her, I said, they're going to call you. They're going to be breaking their neck trying to call you next Sunday. I didn't realize that it was see how that thing drop. I didn't realize that Sunday was the, for Sunday. But, they're going to try to break their neck. I guess, I don't know. They probably might not even do nothing. Try to make us suffer. They tit for tat people. No lie. They the type of people, oh, this how you feel? That's why I told her, I said, wow, that's why they did that to you. Because you was on the drum and you was playing fast or whatever. And you probably was making a scene. They didn't like that. So they said, we're going to get her back. We ain't going to call her. Look on my other phone. Oh, here it goes. We're going to get her back. We ain't going to even call her. Well, I guess that's it. That's all I'm going to talk on. You know what? I did a live. I did a live today, and it didn't calculate. Yeah, this is the fourth Sunday. Tomorrow's the meeting. I don't think we're gonna have no chapel. Do we got chapel? I mean, do we got what's the name? I didn't even do that homework. I ain't worried about it. I didn't even do my homework. All right, so I was trying to. Let me see. So that is, yeah, as I was saying, I did a live on this phone, and this phone ain't got no space, and it froze. But I lost it because I didn't get a chance to. Okay, so have a nice day.